So next we're going to talk a little bit about Valentine's Day dining. If you have your Valentine's Day plan set or not set, hopefully we can help you out here. So we do, I believe, is Chef Robert here? Yeah. Okay, come on out. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. So you have some goodies for us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is very exciting for me. So Chef Robert is executive chef at the Providence G, which is right next door to us, which is very exciting and very tempting all of the time. So thank you for joining us on Go Local Live and in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center.
It wasn't too far of a commute, so.
No, I know, you probably...
Pretty close.
What was it, like 10 steps?
Maybe a little more. That's good.
A little bit?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk a little bit about what makes Valentine's Day special, what to look for, that kind of thing. But before we do, let's talk a little bit about what you brought, because that's what's on my mind and everybody's mind here. My favorite, I think, if this is what I think it is.
Yeah. So we brought a couple different courses that we're offering tomorrow night on the rooftop. So the first is a yellowfin tuna crudo, a little bit of avocado, and crispy nori, what they call it. But, and then also for dessert, we brought hazelnut mousse.
Oh my gosh.
We'll be serving with salted caramel ice cream, but I didn't want the ice cream to melt before you can try something. So that's why I brought some pistachio macaroons, raspberry macaroons, and some truffles.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So, he was over here just a second ago, like, should I put the ice cream in the snow? How are we going to keep this frozen?
Yeah, I didn't think that would work. So
that's what you
I didn't
went
want to look at a pool of ice cream starting to melt. So, and then, if you didn't want ice cream, you want to go with something else tomorrow night, and if you're on the rooftop, this is another alternative.
Awesome. So what's it like? So you're at the G. Do you run all of the restaurants in there?
Yep.
How exactly do you do that? How do you control chaos? Because I could just imagine one kitchen, let alone multiple.
It's kind of tough. And we also have a restaurant called Guard East on Martha's Vineyard. So I'll be out there all summer too.
Oh, so tough life on the vineyard.
Yeah, when you travel back and forth, it's not easy.
No, that's actually not easy.
But between the rooftop and the pub, kind of going back and forth is, just wherever I'm needed, I kind of bounce back and forth. And it's very exciting.
So because I'm curious about this, do you decide what goes on the menus? Yeah. And is it kind of your creative discretion?
Yeah, I have a chef in each location. So every day we sit down, we talk about what's selling, what's not selling, and kind of what we want to work with, and their inspirations, my inspirations, and then we just go from there.
And what do you like?
Me? Seafood.
Seafood?
It's Ocean State. I love different seafoods, and especially crudo, so this is one of my favorites to make and to eat as well.
Yeah, no kidding. So maybe you and I can have some of this afterward.
I have enough in the back of the restaurant.
What?
So you can take it.
Okay, so this is all for me.
It's all for you.
That's exciting.
There you go.
So when you're planning out the day, because this is just a little bit of a background for people who are going out to dinner and when menus change, that kind of thing. When you're going throughout the day and you sit down with your chefs, you kind of talk about what you want. Do you play into, we've already had this, or how do you kind of plan out, especially when coming up to Valentine's Day, how does that play into it?
Yeah, it really depends. You kind of want to play out what people are interested in, what they kind of want, what the scene is and what they're looking for. Of course, work with colors and flavors, and beetroot gnocchi is one of my classics, and that'll
good.
Yeah, that'll definitely be on the menu tomorrow night. So I didn't want to bring that with me because everyone's been seeing it everywhere. So that's why I went with the tuna, which is nice and bright and red and it's vibrant. Some people are a little afraid of crudos and seafood, stuff like that. So I like people to experiment and try.
Oh, so how does that play into things? People are afraid, of raw things?
Yeah, raw. Yeah, some people don't like it, don't try it.
Oh.
They try sushi and they think of California rolls and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
If you get this one, they think of it soft. This has so much more textures and flavor than just the basic sushi.
So you try to pick out, so let's go back to this. So I'm not afraid of the rawness.
No.
I'm all about it. More the better. So when you are working with the plate, you try to bring out the different colors. And so tell me a little bit about that.
So first, when you come with creations, you want to go flavor first, because it could look great, but if it doesn't taste good, it doesn't really matter. So first we come up with flavors, and then seasonality and profile. And then after that, then we come up with the plating of the dish.
Oh, okay. And then when we're going on the dessert over here, mousse. How do you even make mousse?
You think of Valentine's, you think of chocolate. Of course, everybody wants chocolate. So this is a little bit lighter than your thick, heavy chocolate ganache or tart or something like that you would. So basically, you melt down chocolate, whip some cream, and fold it in, and set it, and that's it.
And that seems so easy, but
is.
It looks so beautiful.
Look, I'm not a classically trained pastry chef, but even I could do this.
That gives us all hope. That gives us all hope. So tell us, so you're the mastermind behind the beet gnocchi?
I am, yes.
How did you think of that?
It was just something that came together, I was working with some goat cheese, and I wanted something with different color, and we've made a ramp gnocchi before, and then the beet gnocchi, and I'm not a huge fan of beets personally, and with this gnocchi, the beet's so subtle, and then a little bit of raw beets on top, and they're crispy, and it's just delicious.
And it looks
Yeah.
phenomenal.
For Valentine's Day, it's the perfect dish.
It really is.
Yeah.
It just looks stunning. So if you haven't seen it, it's just this bright, beautiful color.
Yeah.
It is stunning. Okay, so let's talk about so people, if they haven't already made plans, let's talk a little bit about what makes Valentine's Day dining special.
Yeah. So, it makes it special because it's that one day where you get a chance to go out and, treat someone that you love or trying to love or something like that,
You're trying,
so,
that's good too,
And with our restaurant at the rooftop, it's the perfect place. We have a piano player playing tomorrow night, and it's just going to be pretty special. So we're kind of sold out a little bit, earlier today, but we do have some late 9:30 reservations left. So if you're making last minute plans, we have some left.
And if you're looking for a place to eat and maybe that's not on your agenda, what do you want to look for when you're picking a restaurant? Like when you're going out to eat, what do you look for? What dishes are you looking for? What do you want to look for in a good meal?
You gotta make sure the menu is appealing to what you and your date kind of want, because if it's very easy to be like, oh, this restaurant's the best restaurant in the city, I want to go there, and then you get there and you look at the menu, you're like, uh-oh, there's nothing I want to eat. So do some research on it before you go and make sure the menu is what you want, and hopefully if not, you show up and they accommodate you well. Because we'll have some people come, they're like, oh, can you do this? And if we're not that busy, of course, we'll accommodate to whatever you want.
How much, I'm curious, because I have dietary restrictions and other people do too. How much does that bug people when people are like, oh, change this, change this, change this, change this?
Not at all. I mean, it might be tough in the beginning, but as long as you're understanding that might take a little bit longer to do something a little bit different, that's fine. When you come in with a couple of different allergies, we of course want you to leave and be healthy and have a good time and want to come back. Just it may take an extra 5 or 10 minutes to, make something special for you.
Yeah.
Because we even carry gluten-free pasta sometimes.
Oh, that's
in the restaurant.
great.
So if someone wants to beat root gnocchi, but they want it gluten-free, obviously I can't give them the gnocchi because it's got flour in it, but we'll have like a fusilli pasta or something that's gluten-free that they can enjoy the same sauce and the same garnish with.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
That's good
So we
to
try
know.
to accommodate to all restrictions if you have to.
And I'm always curious too, just what it's like inside the restaurant world when people, and not even necessarily with dietary restrictions, but when people are like, I want this, but change it like this and change this and this.
Yeah.
What people think.
No, it's not that bad as long as they're real allergies and they don't really want them, because some people will make up different allergies, but they just might not want, Of course, Valentine's Day raw garlic. Who wants to eat a salad dressing with super raw garlic? And we'll definitely won't have any of that tomorrow. But then you're talking to somebody and your breath is stinking, stuff like that. So that's understandable.
Yeah, and let's talk about that. What are some things you want to watch out for on Valentine's Day dates? Maybe some things you want to avoid, or maybe some helpful hints to make things better. So maybe you don't want to have bad breath, or maybe you don't want to have an upset tummy. What are some things maybe you want to stay away from?
Yeah, if I get back to that, like raw garlic, make sure, don't say I'm allergic to garlic, just say please no uncooked garlic or anything like that. Or just eat don't eat too much is probably a good thing. We're offering a 3-course prefix, but all the dishes are light. There's nothing super heavy where you're going to go home and feel like you ate too much. So don't go out and eat a 10-course tasting menu and eat, and be super full by the end of the day.
Are there any tricks, maybe like eat the parsley or eat mint or something like that can help?
Yeah, I mean, I don't never really believed in any of those tricks, but they may work. They're not for me.
just not for you. So a good side note, maybe like skip the raw onions on your burger if you're getting one of those.
Possibly, yeah, probably a good idea.
Probably a good idea. Great. So what else do you like to look for when you're preparing a nice dish? You like to incorporate the color and the texture.
Yeah, to me, I mean, taste. Texture is a big one, which I always look for in all my dishes if there's crunch factors. Getting back to sushi, I love sushi, but you might it's soft and and sometimes it needs components. So that's why we make these. I call them crispy noris, but it's actually just sushi rice dehydrated and fried. So this way, when you're eating it, it gives some contrast to it, not just super soft. The same thing, flavor, texture, acidity is a big one. Make sure there's enough acid like lemon or lime or in a dish. So that's why with the avocado, there's a little bit of lime in there, so you'll get it with that.
Oh, nice. What's your favorite thing to cook?
Favorite thing to cook? Pasta, I'd say.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of different. Usually making fresh pasta, and then different sauces and stuff. Cause, like even adding meats to it. Like we're offering a wild boar ragu pasta tomorrow night.
Wild boar?
Yeah.
Where do you get wild boar from?
From Texas.
Really?
Yeah. We have wild boar and a little bit of pork shoulder. We'll cut it.
Wow.
So yeah, so we're doing fresh house-made cavatelli. So we put a little thyme into it. So it's a thyme-infused cavatelli.
Jeez. So you hand roll your own pasta?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you do that at home?
Yeah.
Too?
Have my kids make it all the time.
That's intense. They're like, Dad, come on.
Pizza and pasta every day at home.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Then they're out running it off.
Yeah. They need to.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, then, let's see, what else do we want to talk about? So when we're looking at desserts, do you think that chocolate's probably the best or the top for Valentine's Day?
Most likely. Unless people are getting back to the whole, they want to try to keep it light.
Yeah.
You know, like, all right, I just had 3 courses. It had a big filet. Just had a big bowl of pasta.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go with some yogurt or something, or some type of fruit, something fruit forward.
Yeah.
But we offer creme brulee. Is another one that is always a huge seller. Everyone loves, and it's light. It's not that heavy. You know, it's just a vanilla custard, just caramelized sugar. So it's always something that's light to finish a meal with. And we're also offering a cheese board too.
Oh.
So this way, if you want to get away from the chocolate and do something a little bit different, cheese is always a great finish to a meal.
What are you looking at? Do you look at pairing desserts with drinks?
Yeah, of course. I mean, especially cheese. Cheese goes great with wine. Beer is actually a great combination with cheese. Some people don't realize that. That's a good one. For dessert wine, a good port, a good sherry would always be good for dessert.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take a picture of some of this delicious food.
All right.
So we can pop that up on our Facebook page. Delicious. I definitely want some of this.
All right.
And we'll do one of us too.
All right.
That's because I forgot to take one with them. All right.
All right.
Chef Robert from the Providence G, thank you so much for coming in.
All
I
right,
appreciate
thank you.
it. I'm